But I think I see something looking at me through that window.
They say seeing is believing. But this time, what people saw made them more uncertain than ever. From figures lurking by desert highways, to lights dropping out of the Patagonian sky, and even a camera that talked back, these clips pushed viewers past fear and straight into disbelief.
What is that, Mom?
What?
Ma, you see this?
No. Holy shit.
What
is that?
What is happening? You guys see this?
Dash cam footage from Avondale, Arizona has gone viral after viewers noticed something unnerving lurking on the side of the road. The clip was recorded on Lower Buckeye Road, a stretch locals already say has a long history of strange, late-night sightings. As the car cruises down the dark highway, headlights sweep across the roadside. And that's when a shape suddenly appears. When the footage is slowed down, the figure looks crouched low to the ground, humanoid in outline, but strangely distorted, almost as if it's watching the passing vehicles. Commenters who live nearby weren't surprised. One wrote, "I pass through here every day. The stuff I've seen, and the fact they have no city lights out here, tells you everything." Others were far less calm, swearing they'd never drive that road at night again. So what exactly did the dash cam catch? A trick of the light? A person frozen mid-step? A stray animal blurred by motion? Or something far stranger hiding in the desert darkness? TikTok user Shay3280 recently went viral after capturing some truly unsettling footage while babysitting. She was filming a simple, innocent moment of the child she was watching. Nothing creepy, nothing unusual, just a cute clip for TikTok. But viewers noticed something she hadn't. In the background, near the doorway and unusually high up by the ceiling, a head with long dark hair slowly peeks around the corner. It lingers for barely a second, then slips back out of sight, as if retreating into the shadows.
But I think I see something looking at me through that window. I might be a little delusional, but I think I see something looking at me.
What disturbed viewers most wasn't just the movement. It was the height of the figure. No adult could stand that high naturally, and no child could reach that position at all. The video quickly exploded online, racking up over 6 million views as people debated what the figure could be. A prank? A hidden intruder? Or something not quite human watching from above? This next clip was sent in by a viewer of the private organization Slapped Ham. Captured by a Tesla's built-in security system, the footage shows a quiet, empty FedEx parking lot late at night. Nothing is moving, nothing unusual, until the car's motion sensors suddenly activate the side camera. What appears next has viewers completely divided. Out of nowhere, a massive, glowing shape manifests directly in front of the Tesla. It hangs there for a moment, shifting slightly, almost as if it's forming out of thin air. Some viewers argue it's nothing more than a simple camera glitch or a raindrop hitting the lens. And near the end of the clip, you can see what looks like a second droplet sliding down the screen. But others aren't convinced. They believe it's something more. A sign from above, an apparition, maybe even a guardian spirit watching over the driver. So what do you think? A glitch in the machine or a glimpse of the divine? This next clip was sent in by one of our viewers, Brian, and it comes from a home security camera set up in the bedroom. At first, nothing seems unusual, just a quiet room at night. But then something strange starts to form. Brian and his wife moved into their home on February 4th, 2024. and later learned that a man had passed away in that very bedroom almost exactly 1 year earlier, on February 3rd, 2023. In the video, a mist-like shape slowly rises from the bed, drifting upward in a way that doesn't match dust, breath, or light glare. Just a soft, creeping form lifting itself into the air. Brian says this wasn't the first odd incident. The TV in the same room has turned off on its own, twice, and they've noticed other small disturbances since moving in. So what do you think? Just a trick of lighting, or could this strange mist be something more? TikTok user Rosalind42 went mega viral earlier this year after capturing a deeply unsettling moment during a late-night video call with her husband. The clip shows her lying in bed the night after her uncle passed away. Everything seems calm. She's talking normally, nothing strange in the room, until something quietly disturbing happens. Her hair suddenly lifts, as if someone gently tugged at it. No breeze, no fan, no movement from her. And yet the strands rise. The video blew up almost instantly, pulling in more than 18 million views, with thousands of commenters convinced she had caught a paranormal moment on camera. In a follow-up story time, Rosalind explained why they were recording in the first place. Earlier that night, her husband had already seen her hair move once off camera. He thought he imagined it, but when it happened again, he grabbed his phone and hit record. Seconds later, the movement repeated, this time caught clearly on video.
We were recording simply because my husband seen my hair do it the first time, and he was like, your hair is moving, and at first I was like, no it's not, like I couldn't feel it, and he's like, yes it is, and he started recording, and neither him or I was expecting it to do it again, because I thought he was being crazy.
She also addressed accusations that she was pulling her own hair. Rosalind demonstrates her hand placement, explains she was heavily pregnant and physically unable to lie on her stomach or reach her head in that way.
I was laying like this. My hand is not back here. Like, you would see my hand, and if I was playing with my hair, it would be the bottom of my hair, not the top of my head. And I'm pregnant. I'm very much so pregnant right now. I cannot be laying on my stomach. In order for me to do the position you guys are talking about, I would have to be on my stomach.
And points out that the movement happened at the top of her head, somewhere she couldn't have touched without it being obvious. Rosalind admits the moment terrified her, but for her own peace of mind, she chose to believe it was something comforting, her uncle stopping by one last time. This next one is deeply unsettling, and eerily, the original uploader has since deleted their account. No one knows exactly why. Some even wonder if something bad happened after the footage was recorded. The video was shot by a night security guard working at a crematorium inside a cemetery. According to him, the lights in the building shut off automatically at a certain hour, leaving most of the place in almost total darkness. He said he wanted to record the area to show his brother-in-law just how creepy it felt to patrol the grounds after dark. At first, everything is still. Silent hallways, cold tile floors, rows of industrial machinery. But as he walks past the cremation furnaces, a series of sharp tapping sounds echoes through the room, loud, metallic, and impossible to ignore. The guard explains that a friend who works in a similar facility often hears strange noises coming from the furnaces during burns. But here, no furnaces were running. Then things get worse. In the next room, rows of urns sit neatly on tables, waiting for families to claim them. As he films, one urn suddenly begins to vibrate, its metal base rattling softly against the surface. Every other urn remains completely still. Before he can react, the lid of that same urn slowly lifts, creaking open as if pushed from within. Panicking, the guard bolts out of the room, and the camera picks up one last chilling detail. As he runs through the doorway, the plastic flaps hanging over the entrance shift violently, as if something unseen rushed out behind him. What was happening inside that crematorium? A draft? Vibrations from old machinery? Or something far more sinister, still clinging to what remained in those urns? What many are calling one of the most compelling and suspicious incidents near Area 51 in years began on the night of September 23rd. Multiple witnesses reported a large, covert nighttime air operation unfolding in the Nevada desert, followed by the unmistakable signs of a crashed craft miles outside the boundaries of the infamous base. Within hours, the U.S. military had locked down massive sections of public land. The ET highway was shut down, access to nearly the entire Tikaboo Valley gone. According to journalist George Knapp of 8 News Now, the response was nothing short of overwhelming.
Well, how quickly might the government respond to a crash of an unknown object? What happened back on September 23rd on public land outside the boundary of Area 51 is a textbook example of how crash retrievals work. And to no one's surprise, pretty much everything told to the public since then is pure fiction.
Armed patrols, helicopters circling the region, roadblocks, and FAA airspace restrictions all snapped into place with lightning speed. Exactly the kind of reaction you'd expect during a crash retrieval operation. One eyewitness even spotted a military helicopter parked with a large basket attached, presumably ready to haul out wreckage. Nearby were 2 porta potties, suggesting whatever landed wasn't a quick cleanup job. The team expected to stay a while. Local Area 51 monitor Jorg Arnu, known for tracking the base's radio chatter, picked up serious-sounding transmissions that night. He heard mention of an asset down, later clarified as an unmanned aircraft.
Also, short be advised, it's a UAV, unmanned aircraft with ordnance.
But that was only the beginning. When Arnu drove toward the suspected crash area, armed guards confronted him immediately. One patrol on Mailbox Road, even Sitchin, stood in front of his vehicle with a rifle visibly raised. Not pointed at him, but definitely not for show.
They had the gun in front of them, not pointed at me, but very visibly in front of them.
The message was clear. Do not come any closer. 4 days later, Creech Air Force Base issued an official explanation. They claimed it was simply one of their drones that went down, and that civilians had disturbed the scene, scattering unrelated aircraft parts and even an inert bomb. The FBI, they said, was now investigating. But to independent investigators on the ground, that story didn't add up.
The only thing they could get that person for is littering on public land.
That's the story, as it came from Creech and now the FBI is investigating. You think that's bogus?
That's absolutely bogus. I think that was designed to make people not go there.
Arnu found fresh tire tracks, bulldozed dirt, equipment markings, a clear sign of an active and sustained recovery operation. He followed the trail and located what he believed to be the real crash site. Then Master tested his findings online. That's when things took an even stranger turn. The evidence on the ground revealed 2 separate areas: a staging site used by the retrieval team, and another location 200 yards away showing burned Joshua trees, a telltale sign of an impact zone. This, investigators believe, is where the object actually struck the Earth. When Arnu returned days later, the crash site had been completely buried under a thick layer of fresh dirt, a literal, intentional cover-up. Digging around the edges, Arnu discovered tiny metal fragments buried underneath the new soil. He's convinced these were pieces of the true craft, while other debris scattered on the surface looked intentionally planted to mislead anyone stumbling onto the site. So what really crashed that night? According to defense insiders and former military personnel, the leading theory is that it wasn't a standard drone at all. Instead, many believe it was a classified AI-controlled aircraft, part of a new generation of semi-autonomous aerial systems rumored to be tested out of Area 51. These so-called loyal wingman drones are designed to fly alongside piloted jets, scout targets, conduct missions, and if necessary, engage hostile threats entirely on their own. One insider described it like this. The pilot says, "Drone 1, check that target, and if it's hostile, Drone 1 takes care of it."
The Next Generation Air Dominance project is the big thing at Area 51. So the pilot flies along and says, "Hey, there's a target on the ground, Drone 1, go check it out, and if it's a bad guy, take care of it." And Drone 1 goes and does the rest.
Knapp reports that this program is the big thing happening at Area 51 right now, and that the events of September 23rd were part of a classified exercise known as Black Flag. What happened next, Knapp says, follows a familiar military pattern: lock down the base, seal off the land, issue a cover story, add disinformation, release nothing.
If the military wants to keep a secret about strange things that fall out of the sky, they have many tools at their disposal. Lock down the base, seal off the public land, put out a cover story, sprinkle some disinformation over the whole thing. Arnu says the middle-of-night operation that ended with the crash is one of the biggest he's ever heard of, nicknamed Black Flag.
And sure enough, according to Knapp, everything the public has been told since is pure fiction. Whether the crashed object was an AI-driven prototype, a cutting-edge drone, or something far stranger, the truth seems buried under one very deliberate mountain of dirt. Here's a strange one coming out of Chile's remote Patagonia. In January 2025, a wildlife camera trap, part of a University of Magallanes research project, captured 3 rapid-fire photos of brilliant lights descending toward the lens. The device was placed deep in untouched wilderness, far from any roads, towns, or aircraft routes. It had already taken more than 365,000 images without ever recording anything like this before. Because of strict protocols, researchers immediately ruled out hoaxes. The photos were examined by aviation authorities, atmospheric scientists, and even the La Serena UFO Museum. But no one could agree on what the lights were. Some suggested a nearby insect may have triggered the sensor, though that doesn't explain the intense, moving glow. Others proposed a plasmoid, a rare natural plasma similar to ball lightning. But there were no storms or environmental conditions to support that. Interestingly, the local Mapuche people have long spoken of mysterious bad lights drifting across fields, raising the possibility that the camera captured a long-reported regional phenomenon. One analysis estimated that if the light was distant, it may have been moving at nearly 600 miles per hour. Another theory suggested 2 events happening at once: an insect triggering the camera and an unexplained light appearing in the background. Investigators now plan to conduct field research at the site, hoping the phenomenon returns during the project's next decade of monitoring. For now, what the camera captured remains unknown. Natural plasma, atmospheric anomaly, or something we haven't yet classified. Here's a deeply unsettling encounter that left one homeowner terrified inside her own home. It began as an ordinary evening. Nothing unusual, nothing out of place. The house was quiet, but when the homeowner checked her security camera feed, she realized she wasn't the only one watching. Someone else was there. Someone who could speak through the device. The first thing the stranger said was chillingly direct. "Hey, don't move!" Startled and confused, the woman asked who was speaking. Instead of answering, the voice shifted into something more aggressive, more controlling.
Hey, don't move.
What?
Hey, don't move.
Who's that?
It's none of your business. Don't move.
It's not
Hey,
my
I need you to answer me
business.
something right now.
You didn't put on my camera. Who's this? I mean, who's talking?
Then, things took an even stranger turn. The intruder began obsessively asking her whether she drove a pink Camaro, repeating the question over and over with a disturbing intensity.
Who are
Do
you?
you drive the pink Camaro?
Who are you?
Do you drive the pink Camaro?
How do you know? Who are you?
Yes or no? Do you drive the pink Camaro?
Who are you? It's not your business what I drive. Who are you?
It is my business.
The homeowner, now clearly terrified, pushed back. She warned the stranger she would call the police. She demanded they leave her alone, but the voice didn't stop. It got worse.
I'm asking you a
You
serious
don't have to
question.
come in front of my camera. I'm going to call the police. Go away and leave me
It's
alone.
none of their business. It's our business.
Go away and leave me alone.
I've
What
been
are
watching
you
this
doing in
past
front of my
6 months.
camera?
The intruder claimed to know everything about her life. When she slept, when she left the house, even what she ate. The implication was unmistakable. This wasn't random. Whoever was behind that voice had been watching her far longer than she realized.
I know what you do. I know the times you leave. I know the times y'all sleep. I know what you eat. I know
Oh,
everything.
really?
I know the whole entire pattern. So get in front of the camera and let me see you.
The clip has since spread across social media, shocking viewers who never realized how easily a home camera can be hijacked by someone with the right tools or the wrong intentions. Experts say unsecured smart devices are becoming prime targets for hackers, with incidents like this growing more common each year, but others think there's something more personal going on. Was the mention of the pink Camaro a clue, a warning, a threat? And the most chilling question of all, how long had this person been watching her without her knowing? Whatever the truth is, this nightmare serves as a reminder. Sometimes, the scariest things don't enter through the door. Sometimes, they slip through the Wi-Fi. A couple walking toward their home one evening noticed something strange above them. In the dark sky, an object with colorful lights hovered perfectly still, blinking softly in place. It didn't drift, move, or fade. It just stayed there, almost as if it were watching the ground below.
What the hell? What is that, Mom?
What?
Ma, you see this?
No. Holy
What is
is that?
what is happening? You guys see this?
The pair stood frozen, staring as the lights shifted through different colors before slowly dimming out. Their short clip quickly spread online, leaving viewers wondering, what can hover so silently in the night sky? Whatever these moments were, glitches, shadows, intruders, or something far beyond explanation, they left one thing behind: questions no one can seem to answer. Maybe the truth is hiding in the dark, or maybe it's sitting in plain sight, and we just don't want to believe it. Either way, keep your eyes open, because the next unsettling moment might be captured by your camera.